Hi, welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for September 8, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 6:24 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 7:13 p.m. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky, an hour before daybreak, bright Jupiter is high in the south-southwest. It is the brightest star in the region, but dimmer than Venus and the crescent moon. The Jovian giant is retrograding in front of Aries, 13.6 degrees to the lower left of Hamel, the constellation's brightest star, and nearly 16 degrees to the lower right of the Pleiades star cluster. Earlier this morning at 2:14 a.m. CDT, Jupiter's Great Red Spot is at the center of the planet in the southern hemisphere. Use a telescope with magnifications of at least 150x to see the planet's long-lived atmospheric disturbance. Look for Europa, one of Jupiter's four largest satellites, in front of the planet, appearing to the lower left of the red spot. The crescent moon, 25% illuminated, is over halfway up in the eastern sky. It is at Castor's foot, designated by Propus, the toe, and Tejat posterior, the heel, and below Elnath and Zeta Tauri, the bull's horns. A star cluster, catalogued as Messier 35, is nearly between the toe and the lunar crescent. The moon, star cluster, and foot comfortably fit into a binocular field of view. The cluster is known as a galactic or open cluster, lying in the plane of the Milky Way. It is similar to the Pleiades. In the sky, the star cluster, containing a few hundred stars, looks about the same size as the moon, but the stellar bundle is nearly 3,000 light-years away, about 7 times the Pleiades' distance. The apparent size and distance indicate that the cluster is nearly 25 light-years across. For sky watchers in darker locations without the persistent glow of outdoor lighting, the cluster might be visible to the unaided eye, but the optical assist is needed in urban and suburban settings. Brilliant Venus is in eastern sky at this hour. After passing between Earth and the Sun on August 13, the planet has been rushing into the eastern pre-dawn sky, rising about 5 minutes earlier each morning compared to sunrise. This morning it appears above the horizon nearly 3 hours before the sun rises. Find it over 15 degrees up in the east during morning twilight. It is over 40 degrees to the left of Sirius, night's brightest star. Look for them at about the same altitude during the remainder of the month. Procyon is a little higher in the sky, above a line from Venus to Sirius. Mercury is racing into the morning sky, but this morning it rises less than 15 minutes before the sun. It appears in the eastern sky earlier each morning. Begin looking for it in about a week. Mars is on a slow slide into bright twilight. Because it revolves around the sun at about half Earth's speed, the red planet's motion against the sky seems slower than Jupiter and Saturn. It does not reach solar conjunction until November. Saturn rises before sunset, and by 2 hours after sundown, the ringed wonder is nearly 25 degrees up in the southeast. While it is not as gleamingly bright as Venus or Jupiter, it is brighter than most stars this evening. Saturn is retrograding, appearing to move westward, in front of Aquarius, 8.9 degrees to the upper right of Skate, meaning the leg, and 9.1 degrees to the right of Lambda Aquarii. As the wheel of the sky seems to turn, the ringed wonder is in the south about 5 hours after sunset, and it sets in the west-southwest about an hour before sunup. Jupiter rises over 2 hours after sunset, and as the midnight hour approaches, the Jovian giant is in the eastern sky. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.